Hi guys, I'm Dr. Shinkrostain, aka First Two Fix World, and in this video we're going to be doing an unboxing of a free product that I received today. Since now I've joined and I'm a member of the Amazon Vine program, I do get free products sent to me, and it's the first time we're going to be doing a free product unboxing. Now usually all our products, if we do get a product and review it, we buy it. But now we'll be able to do some reviews of products that we get for free. Companies don't send us products, products to review, unfortunately, like they do some others for free. And they get to keep them as well, like you do with Amazon Vine. But I just wish that Apple would send me free products, so, you know, like with the new iPhone 17 Pro Max and that, but it's not to be. But as usual, our videos are never sponsored by anyone. They never have been, they never will be. We don't endorse products, we never have, we never will. And again, we might recommend them, but we don't endorse them. And we don't ever edit our videos. They're always posted unedited, so it's posted as they're recorded. So here is the box. The box is the Varaya food warmer. It says 10 seconds fast warming, 7 temperature levels, which I thought there was only 3 by looking at it, but there's obviously 7. Portable and rollable for storage, compatible with all plates and various materials. Manufacturer information, which is China, like most products are made in China nowadays. Clothing is obviously Cambodia, Bangladesh, those sort of places. But it's sold on the US market, the EU market, the UK market, and the Japanese market. And obviously this is the one for the UK because they've ticked the UK box. Now I have had this out of the box already to have a look at it, ready to do the product review, so I do know what to put, but I can't test it like I'm supposed to until I've actually tried the warming part of it out, because with Amazon Prime, Amazon Vine, so they offer you the product. If you choose to take it, you take it. Normally it's delivered next day, but the odd product can come from abroad. It can take 2 or 3 days to arrive, or 5 or 6, or like I've got an ironing board coming for free. That's due to arrive on Thursday, but originally the date was the 26th of September. Then they brought it forward to the 20th September. Then all of a sudden they shipped it yesterday and say it's coming this Thursday, which is the 11th September. So you can get products that take longer to arrive, but you get 30 days to do your review of the product once you've received it. And I tend to do the reviews the same day or the next day, depending on what the product is. Like on Saturday I chose a car dash cam, set it up and used it on Sunday, did the review Sunday evening. Now we do, in the box that I've already taken out, is the little 2-year warranty thing card, and it says free replacement within 12 months, repair available from 13th to 24th month. Gives you the website, and this is how to activate your 12 months plus 6 months extended free warranty. Just scan the QR code basically and go and do it. Then we've got this bag, and it's quite a cheap bag, but it's something to store it in, I suppose, if you don't want to put it in the box. That's the one con I found so far, is the bag. I think it should have been a bit better quality, but it's not. It's still perfectly usable for storage. Then we take it out, which is here. You have the instruction manual, which obviously I will have to go through and read before I use it. Some things are pretty straightforward, like I've had some plugs, charging plugs and USB plugs and USB cables USB-C to USB-C code. Pretty easy. You don't really need to read an instruction book for that. You know how to use it. Just plug them in and away they go. Certain things are pretty straightforward. I've had the odd electric, like I've had a kettle on from there. Retro style kettle it was really lovely, and it's obvious how to use that. You just plug it in, fill up the water. First time boil it, empty it, fill it up, and away you go. But this I've never used one, so yeah, but getting it out, it feels quite weighty. You've got this little strap around it to take it off. Oh, it's a bit tricky. I know it's tricky to roll back up and put back up, but then obviously you unroll it, and inside you've got power cable with power side to go into here for the control panel. On the back you've got, this is upside down, but doesn't matter, I will turn it up and read it the right way in a moment, because there isn't much really written on it. But you can see you've got the little spiky bits there. They just attach. You sit on it on your kitchen worktop. You can put it on wood surfaces, so a table or anything, but obviously it's got to be in reach of it being plugged in, or it's not going to work. Now that's it turned up the right way, but as you can see here, you've got these things here which must be the heat warmer bit, because it runs from top to bottom there, and you can see it's plugged into the side back of the control panel. It goes all the way along. Now it's quite a meaty sized thing. It is quite heavy because the silicone of it is very, very nice. Feels very well made. Something I don't ever do is check the measurements out of something, but I wouldn't mind checking the measurements out of this to just see if they're correct with what they've done. Yep. They say it's 70 centimetres in length, and it is. And then they say the width is 40 centimetres, which it is. And then they say the thickness is 1.8 centimetres, and it's spot on. Finally, there's finally a company that actually put the correct dimensions down at the size. I've seen you order products, they say it's a certain size, and you think great, so you buy it, or you get it for me for Amazon Vine if it's available, and you get it and it's smaller than they say. Sometimes it's a little bit, sometimes it's noticeable, sometimes it's a lot. But it's quite, not very often, but it does happen, but it's quite rare that you get a product that's actually bigger than it says. And I've had a couple of them, but not many. Now, obviously measuring it, if you just measure this bit, it's not 1.8 centimetres thick. You've got to measure it from the bottom of the, what I call the spiky bit, that just sit to the top of this, and that's where it's 1.8 centimetres thick. And then it says hot surface with the hot sign, caution with the caution sign, do not touch and do not rinse. So it's obviously just wipe clean if you spill anything on it. Surface remains surface remains hot after use, do not touch. Yeah. That is pretty obvious, but there are some people out there that would touch it and probably burn themselves and things, and you're getting fair warning there. And then obviously with this one, you get like a little plus sign in the middle, and for the size of this you'll be able to get quite a few things on there. At least 3 or 4 size dinner plates, or a lot of different stuff. And then obviously I say you've got the control panel, it says Varia on it. You've got your your power sign. I think that's probably a timer plus and minus. So obviously you'll turn it on. If you want it for 3 hours, you'd set it for 3 hours. You do the plus and the minus for the temperature to get it the hottest for food, because it will also defrost food apparently. And for the defrost setting, you put it on a low temperature, the low setting. Obviously for food, keeping it warm, you put it on the high. So it just depends. And then it says long press towards the minus sign. It's got an arrow going left, switch to Celsius. Long press is going towards the plus sign with an arrow to the right for Fahrenheit. I will change that to Celsius when I use it. But yeah, that is basically what it looks like. Now we got the fun bit of rolling it back up and putting it back in. Where is that power cable? There it is. And if you put it over this end, it's mapped at the top end, and the control panel is mapped easier. So we go for a roll. Rolling it all up. As it rolled the best I can roll it, the thinnest you can roll it, because of the spiky spogs bit. And then you've got to stretch that bit over the little nib there, which you can do like so. And there it is back rolled up. So, and that was much easier rolling it up than it was the first time I'd done it, when I got it out of the box to have a look. Which I should have done when I'd made the first time when doing this video, but I decided to have a look at it first and package it back up. So, and then do the unboxing video. But so now we try and get the plastic wrapping back on, which it is going. It just takes. You just have to do a little bit at a time. There we go. That's in. And then we put the booklet back in to have a look. Then back in the box we go. And then we put the bag back in, which should be pretty easy with what it is. Yeah. The only thing I'm not putting back in there is the extended warranty thing, because I will check it out. It is probably going to want your serial number, which there is a serial number labelled on the back of the control bit. So, but yeah, that is obviously the Varia food warmer. It says keep food deliciously warm. Now the best thing about Amazon Vine is you get products sometimes you've never seen before, or you've heard of them but never, and you've heard of them, or you've never heard of them, let alone never see them, and then you just think, I wouldn't normally get this. I wouldn't go out and buy it, or I certainly wouldn't search for it. And that's the case with this food warmer, this food warming mat. I would not have gone and searched for a food warming mat, so I wouldn't have bought one. But now that I've got it, I'm very pleased I've got it, because they do look very, very good. But yeah, after the dinner time or tea time, whichever one you want to call it, is made tomorrow, this will be plugged in. We'll put it on the correct temperature setting. We'll make sure it's set to Celsius, and we'll put the food on, the plate on, and we will check and test if it is 10 seconds before it starts to heat up. So we'll give a little tap like that to just see if it's starting to get hot, which it should do. And then obviously we'll set it for the full 3 hours, and then we'll see if it does keep it warm and that for 3 hours like it claims it can, and if it does auto shut off. And if it does that, then tomorrow night I'll leave a 5-star positive review. But with how good quality it feels and looks, I'm expecting it'll be fine, and it'll keep the food warm, and it'll be a really good product. And now that I've got it, it's something I will use every day, because I cook the dinner/tea at normal time, but I don't eat at that time. So it goes on there, and I'll keep it till later on, and then test to see if I need to microwave. You still might need to microwave the food. It might not keep it hot like it's just been cooked, or hot as in warmed up from the microwave. It might just keep it warm. But as I don't know, I've never used one. I'm hoping it keeps the whole dish, it keeps the whole food on everything on the plate perfect, at very good temperature, very nice and hot, so there's no microwave needed. But we'll soon find out. I mean, I did get 2 other odd items today. One was a cutlery set. Don't need to do an unboxing of that in a separate video. We all know what a cutlery set looks like. This was just a plain silver cutlery set. It's a 32-piece set. You got 8 knives, 8 forks, 8 tablespoons, 8 teaspoons. And again, it's very good quality. Looks really nicely made, nicely stainless steel. I mean, you can get some stainless steel made ones that are flimsy and thin and not great, but this isn't. This looks really good. And I did get a men's jumper for the winter, which is will keep you really warm. It's really good quality. But today I've ordered a little storage case to just keep my inhalers in, a little clock that lights up around the side, and some wall lights, which we may do another video of an unboxing of the wall lights, and may do a test out on the video, but we'll see if we get time to do that tomorrow or not. There might not be enough time, but yeah, so that is the unboxing of not my first Amazon Vine product. In total I've ordered about 225 of them, but it's the first one that we've reviewed. Now, as I say, with Amazon Vine, you start off at silver status, and here in the UK, like everywhere else, you can order up to 3 items a day of what's on offer. They have a category called recommended for you, which there isn't just items for you, there'll be in other people's as well. That's where I found the food warming mat, and I found most of the other items, but some of the items you have to be very quick, or if you try and check out, you'll get a red error saying this Vine order cannot be processed. Just means you wasn't quick enough, the item's gone. Go back to your Amazon Vine website and refresh the page, and the item will be gone. Some items they put on there what we call infinite spinner items, where the item, you try and load it in, the item just spins, it doesn't load. But most of that is with clothing, but there is a code fix for that per item, which is really easy to do. So that's how, if there's not much available and I don't use my full 3 items for the day one I am silver, I just choose an item of clothing if there is one, check if it's a spinner item. If it is, go to the Amazon website on the laptop, computer or desktop, depending on your browser, to do the code. If you've got an Apple MacBook laptop, which I've got, the changing the code will not work on the Safari app, but it will work if you download something called DuckDuckGo, which is another internet browser, and it works on there, so it's worth downloading just for that. And I've got at least 8 or 9 tops like that. So and we'll continue to do it like that. But then there's something called available for all, where there's items in there for everybody. And again, you have to be even quicker in here some of the items go instantly. But there's 2 items in there that just nobody wants, and they'll just stay there till people take them and they go. But I'm hoping that someone will come along and take them and empty them out. But if not, they'll just stay in there. And then they've got final category is something called additional items. And at the moment there's over 13,700 on there, but a lot of them are tat rubbish and items you could never use, like spare parts for certain things. But you can get, and then there's obviously a search bar where you can search for an item. And the chances are, if you was to search for Nintendo Switch 2, say, it'll bring up all cases, screen protectors and other accessories like steering wheels and things like this for the Nintendo Switch 2. And they will all be available in additional items. But instead of going through the 370 or 80 odd pages, just search for the particular item. But as I say, each item you can get with a value of £82 per item, up to 3 items a day. If you get gold level, there is no limit of what the item can cost. It can cost £4,000, £5,000, £6,000, £7,000. And if they do that, they're only going to have 1 or 2 of the items. And again, you're going to have to be like instant to get it. But it is always possible, I suppose. You could possibly get them. And the chances are items of that value ain't going to come up, and it's not going to come up very often. But then again, you can order up to 8 items per day for that. And to get gold, you have an evaluation period of 6 months. Mine started in May when I joined it, until some date in November. Then they'll do an evaluation. They'll tell you if you get gold or not. And to get gold, you've got to order at least 80 Vine items and review at least 90% of those items. Now, they update the statistics every day. I don't think it's 100%, because it says that I've ordered 216 Vine items and I've reviewed 98% of those, when in fact I've actually ordered 226 Vine items and reviewed all 216 that I can do so far. 3 of them won't arrive till tomorrow. I've reviewed 4 more of them. Sorry, there was 11 items, not 10. The warming mat, the cutlery set, and the top that came today, I can review them 3, which makes 10, and I've got an ironing board which I can't review till it arrives, which makes 11. So if you add that to the 216, you've actually ordered 227 items. But that bit will not update until you've reviewed, though, say you've reviewed 4 items that day, and then they approve those reviews about 48 hours later. That is when it will update to reflect the extra 4 items. So where I reviewed 2 items 2 days ago, they was approved today, so that'll update tomorrow for another 2 items. I reviewed 4 items yesterday, which will probably, I would imagine, be approved tomorrow, which means Thursday those 4 items will go on there. So that's how they update your stats. So, but because it says 216 items and 98%, I'm over the 80 items needed, and I'm over the 90% of I need to review 90% of which it says 90. So as I say, I know I've done 100, but they recently changed it, how they done it. They had a certain way of doing things, and they recently changed it a couple of weeks ago. So to this newer way, and everyone hates this newer way of doing it. Apparently they did it this way a good few years ago, then they changed it to the way that they were doing it. Now they've gone back to it how they were doing it. So hopefully how they've changed it from, it won't be too long before they go back to that, because it was a much better system, much better way of doing the reviews and things. But it is what it is. The reviews are getting approved, and now as I've hit the 80 and I'm well over that, obviously more than double, not far away, about 24 more items will be approved, and I'll be triple that. It's all about keeping it above 90% now of the items reviewed, and it's currently on 98, as they say, but I know it should be 100, but yeah, so if I can keep it above that, then when the review is due in November, I should get gold, and I'll be able to see what sort of items they offer then above the £82. So there'll be days that they don't offer anything above 80, there'll be days that they do offer it. But we have begun our Amazon Vine journey unboxing videos, and we will continue to keep doing them. It just depends on the item, like, of what it is. But yeah, anyway guys, that was the Varia food warming mat, as they call it, food warmer there. If you was to search for it on Amazon, you would search warming mat for food, and you would see this particular one on the list. You might find it if you type in food warming mat or something, but I don't know. But yeah. And obviously with Amazon Vine, a lot of these products that you get offered are new to the market, and a lot of them have not even been, so they've only just come out to the general public there, and a lot of them have not even come out to the general public yet to buy. So yeah, and I did so, and the good thing about it is a few items that I was looking at buying, I'd done a search, I looked at the product, I saved, put that product in my basket, and then I moved it from the basket to save for later. Happened not so long later, a little while later, they offered them to me, either in my recommended few, either put in additional items for me to, so I was able to get them without paying for them, which is even better. But as I say, that was the unboxing video of it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you've got any questions about Amazon Vine or the actual Varia food warmer or food warming mat in general, leave a comment in the comment section, and I will reply to every comment. And we will see you in the next video. Okay, so please take care and stay safe out there, and bye for now, guys.